Good morning. You're awake now. So the centering that I am doing today is based on the talk title of Balancing Grief and Joy. So just settle in right where you are. Take a few cleansing breaths. And with each exhale, feel yourself becoming more relaxed. Your body is supported right where you're sitting. Your mind and your heart are open. I'd like you to take this moment and consider what it means to live. Does feeling alive mean we are consistently happy or joyful? Or could living mean creating room for everything that exists within us? If so, this means to live would have to include both joy and sorrow. When we think of grief, it could mean that it's the passing of a loved one, but it could also include grieving a change in our circumstances, the pain we feel for another's loss, or the suffering in the world. When we are grieving, it can feel unending. Our desire to move past it may have us not wanting to feel fully the truth of whatever the pain is that we're feeling. Spiritual author Jack Kornfield says that when we can be with grief, we come face to face with our genuine human vulnerability. We are being courageous. I say that that is the opposite of spiritual bypass. Some say that joy and grief are the peaks and valleys of life. However, joy and grief can exist at the same time. It is not an either-or equation. I'd like you right now in your mind's eye to picture a piece of sheet music. Can you see all the musical notes? Do you see what else is there? It is the space between the notes. Both the notes and spaces are necessary, or there would be no music. Without each, there is no song. Giving ourselves permission to live within the bothness of what appears to be contradictory emotions allows us to be real and to be healed. We are not dishonoring that which we are grieving when we seek to experience joy, just as we are not dishonoring the night when we are excited about the new day that is coming. I'd like you to take a moment and think of a time that you needed to release one thing to experience another. Maybe it was changing homes, changing jobs, leaving a romantic relationship. Maybe it was becoming a parent or becoming an empty nester. All of these experiences can contain both the saying goodbye to what was and welcoming our next adventure. Where can you apply this in your life today? If there is something you are grieving in this moment and it could speak to you, what would it say? Can you find the space within yourself to feel the sadness and find the opportunity to experience something else? Can you allow your heartstrings to find the next note so your soul can sing? As you bring your awareness back into this room, I want you to know that you are greater than any one emotion. Your notes and your spaces matter. The song of life is our song, and together we make a beautiful symphony. Namaste.
Namaste.
close my eyes, I open my heart, I take a deep breath, let the healing start. I lift my hands, I plant my feet, I let love in, I feel the beat that's calling, calling, calling us to rise, spirit rise up, rise in me. I ready my soul, I clear my mind, I'm here and now, in present time. I feel the power of 1,000 suns, lighting up the dark. Oh, we rise as one. Oh, rise. Can sing me. Rise, spirit rise up, rise in me. That's what we're doing today. Rise, rise, spirit rise up, rise in me, rise in me. I sing to you, I sing to you, you sing to me, you sing to me. Change up this noise, makes me harmony. Come on and rise, oh rise, spirit rise up,
joyful, enthusiastic moment, just settle in where you are. And just know as I do this opening prayer this morning that each word I speak can be yours if you'd like. And so I just turn within to that place and that space that is always awaiting my attention and my intention. And I just fall in fully to that presence of spirit that is showing up in me and as me and in and through the world and each and every person that can hear my voice. As love, as joy, as divine expression, divine right action, as wholeness and health and prosperity. How good it is to know the truth. And as I recognize that all that Spirit is, I am, I know that I express each and every attribute of the One in thought, in word, and in deed. And so I claim for my life today that there is a joy that is welling up in me, seeking to be expressed, seeking to be received by each and every person in my presence. And like a ripple, it spreads through this community into the world. How great it is to come to a place called the Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living that reminds me of the truth of my being, reminds me that I am a child of the divine, here to express love, here to be love. And I'm so grateful for the way in which today is opening up to remind me that to rise up, that Spirit is encouraging me and loving me as I do. So I know that the message today by Reverend Stacy, the music by Faith, God has certainly put together a great day for my soul to remember. So I just know that today is blessed. This service is blessed. Everything that is taking place is for each person's highest and best good. And I know that each and every word that I have proclaimed is taking place right here and right now in my life and the life of each person that could hear my voice. So for all this good, I just say thank you. And I just release this word into that perfect law that has already said yes and is having fun with it right now. So I cannot wait to see how it all unfolds, and I know it is good. So please join me in anchoring this prayer by saying, and so it is.
That was beautiful. Well, I don't know if you noticed a different gal up here, huh? Boy, isn't she pretty too. I know that you know who you came here to see, and you came here to see this beautiful soul, Faith Rivera. Oh, what a gal. She wrote all this music. I'll have you know. She's not just a singer.
I just had this.
I thought you were going to say I'm not just a pretty face.
Not just a pretty face, obviously.
Aloha everyone. Really, my heart is just so full. I'm here for my dad's 80th birthday party.
Yes.
I want you to know, as an entertainer, I'm sure she knows, it's challenging sometimes when you mix personal with work. You know, so getting here, so now I'm here with you.
That's right, we got you now.
And so this song, Celebrate Appreciate, is so new. I just recorded it with some young producers and writers and players in Hawaii, which is so cool. So I want you to sing along, and I want you to know, I know today is about really moving through that grief, and I love the opening by Lauren, and it made me realize that appreciation really is what has helped me make it, not only make it through, but to change that grief into greatness. Ooh, is that a title? So grief into greatness. So I'm gonna ask you to come on and celebrate and appreciate as Kaden gets the music
I love
going.
that.
You have the words good.
Yeah.
It's a little bit funky from Hawaii.
Do it, that's how we do it.
All right, let's go.
appreciate what is and what can be. Celebrate, appreciate. Let yourself be free to sing shine. Shine brighter, brighter. You sing celebrate, appreciate. Shine bolder. Sing bolder. You can rap it too. Celebrate, appreciate. Shine all together. All together now. And we're gonna sing. Shine your light for the world to see. Shine on. Okay, come on. So I have to invite you to stand up if you are willing and want to.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, here's your part. Celebrate, appreciate. Celebrate, appreciate. All the party people in the house.
Oh,
Yes. Celebrate, appreciate. Spread good vibes all around. Celebrate, appreciate. Satisfaction is the key. Celebrate, appreciate. Set your spirit free. Sing shine, shine. Come on, shine your light. Shine brighter. Celebrate, appreciate. Shine, shine it bolder. Celebrate, appreciate. Shine all together now. Shine your light. Sing this with us. Shine your light for the world to see. Shine on. That's right. And there's some choreography parts. Come on, Daddy. And then shine on with the hips. Sing. Shine on and on and on and on. Let me hear you sing it. Shine on and on. Shine on and on and on and on. So keep clapping your hands. My heart's on fire for love. My heart's on fire for peace. My heart's on fire for everything. Reach out and move like this.
Okay.
My heart's on fire for joy.
All right.
My heart's on fire for riches. My heart's on fire for everything. Going up so bright with spirit. My heart's on fire for love. My heart's on fire for peace. My heart's on fire for everything. Reach out and move like this. My heart's on fire for joy. My heart's on fire for riches. My heart's on fire for everything. Going up so bright with spirit. Shine, shine brighter. Celebrate, appreciate. Celebrate, appreciate. Shine right now. Shine bolder. Celebrate, celebrate, appreciate. Shine all together now. Shine your light for the world to see. Shine your light for the world to see. Shine your light. Shine your light for the world to see. Shine our light. Shine our light for the world to see. Shine your light.
You know what I mean? Woo! Faith Rivera, I'm so excited. Thank you so much, Faith.
Oh my goodness, Faith Rivera.
Woo!
Woo! Patty Powers and
It's a
Dave,
dream.
of course. Awesome. While you're standing, if it's comfortable for you, please stay with me. God bless America and the rest of the world. And just turn to a neighbor and just say good morning, welcome. Thanks for coming.
Celebrate, appreciate, spread good vibes all around. Celebrate, appreciate, satisfaction is the key. Celebrate, appreciate, set your spirit free. Celebrate, appreciate, all the party people in the house. Celebrate, woo, shine on, yes. Shine, shine on, shine your lights, shine your bolder. Celebrate, appreciate, shine all together now. Come on, shine your light
free. Shine your light on the world.
Welcome, welcome. Awesome.
Shine on.
Awesome, awesome.
Shine on.
Hey, while you're silence your cell phone, check in on Facebook.
Yes, good idea.
Awesome, awesome. Let everybody know Facebook's in the house. Yes. All right. Who's here for the first? Let me take off my glasses. Who's here for the first time? Hi. What's your name? Ed heard about us on Meetup, right? Yes, yes. Thank you for coming. Yvonne, it hasn't been a waste of our time.
We haven't heard Meetup in a minute.
All right. Anyone else here for the first time? I love how they point you out because they love it when people that haven't seen before. How'd you hear about us? You Googled it? We love Google. Thank you for being here. Awesome. All right. Anyone else? I know Rob is here for the first time.
Ah, finally.
I know. He's been on YouTube. He's your greeter and everything on YouTube, but he's here in person all the way from, where are you from? I know California, but yeah, in the mountains.
Green Valley,
Green
California.
Valley. I knew it was a valley.
The goat ranch.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for being here. I think we have a video. We have a video, and I just want to remind you that no matter where you are on your spiritual path, we'll always welcome you. Thank you. We have a video. Happy Pride Month.
And now that it is June, we are celebrating Pride Month, which kicks off today. According to the Library of Congress, Pride is meant to recognize the sweeping impact that members of the LGBTQ plus community, advocates, and allies have all had on history in the U.S. and around the world. The month of June is marked with a series of events and parades that draw millions from around the world every year. And GMA held a pop-up party in Times Square earlier to kick off the festivities. The Director of Advocacy and Government Affairs at the Trevor Project, Sam Ames, joins me live now with more on Pride Month. Sam, thanks so much for being here. Talk to us first about the significance of Pride Month. What does it mean to you?
I mean, thank you so much for having me. First of all, Pride is a month that draws recognition and awareness for the LGBTQ community, gives us language to claim space in this world. And I think that, like most LGBTQ people, I remember my first Pride. I think a lot of us can. That incredible moment when you turn a corner and realize the world is so much more colorful than you knew. And this should be a celebration. It often is. Well, these days, Pride is often a celebration. Obviously, this year it's filled with a lot of fear and grief as well for too many reasons across the country. One of them is that lawmakers, instead of celebrating this month by supporting LGBTQ youth, are passing laws targeting them, in particular transgender youth. We've seen hundreds of bills this year, a record-breaking number, and it's making Pride have a twinge of what historically has been a legacy of resistance.
Sam, what kind of an impact do you think that the visibility of important figures in this community that often comes out during Pride Month more than ever, what kind of an impact do you think that visibility can have, especially in the current political climate?
In the current political climate is an especially important thing to consider right now. What we're hearing from LGBTQ youth is that 45% of them have considered attempting suicide this past year. That includes 1 in 5 non-binary and transgender youth making an actual attempt. And it's hard to differentiate that from laws that are being passed to specifically take LGBTQ historical figures out of school curriculum. We know from our research that having access to Marsha P. Johnson, Bayard Rustin, Harvey Milk, that learning about those people in the classroom can reduce suicide risk and increase mental health. We're not seeing those taught in schools so much. We're seeing some states pass these beautiful laws requiring that history, but too many passing laws censoring it and even banning textbooks.
So, Sam, how can people who want to be an ally to the LGBTQ community get involved?
It is so important to let the LGBTQ youth in your life know that you support them. Just having one supportive adult in their life can reduce suicide risk up to 40%. And another thing is that we know that this generation isn't politically apathetic at all. 85% of transgender and non-binary youth tell us that they are watching these debates over their existence unfold and that it is already negatively impacting their mental health. And I just want to include a reminder: the roots of pride, what we are celebrating today, what we are trying to experience as joy this month, aren't just about rainbow flags. They are about defending one another from attack, about the Stonewall uprising, about saying you are one of ours and we have got you, and you can't legislate or bribe or bully us out of existence because our worth doesn't come from something you can touch. So to all of those LGBTQ kids who are watching these debates play out, who are watching today, whether you're in the closet or out, whether you feel safe at home or at school or in your state or not, I hope this month can be a reminder of that history, of a legacy of survival and resistance that you have every right to be proud of. Google Harvey Milk, Google Bayard Rustin. If you're not being taught about these folks in school, Google Sylvia Rivera and Marsha P. Johnson. Because pride is when we stand up and say, no, not this time. We have your back and we are not going anywhere.
Now, Sam, here in New York City, the Pride March returns in person for the first time since 2019. So what do you expect from that, and what are some of the other big events happening this month?
So obviously we have Pride marches all over the country. Some of them are in person, some of them are online. If you go to the trevorproject.org, we also have a full month of events, obviously in addition to our 24/7 crisis services, which you can always reach out to. And we have a number of ways of celebrating that we never have before, that in history have not happened. The White House just issued a declaration of Pride Month just yesterday. We are seeing an extraordinary amount of support, even as we are seeing these challenges. And I encourage you to try to get a little bit of joy out of this month, because it is revolutionary.
All right, Sam Ames from the Trevor Project. We appreciate your time today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos.
Yeah, we show that not to be political, but to remind everyone of our global vision to create a world that works for everyone. So, thank you.
No matter who you are, you're always welcome here. Thank you.
Thank you, Revs. Now, if you know me, you know I'm kind of a fangirl. I've picked your songs, I've sang them, I watch you on YouTube, I write you goofy emails. Okay, yes, Faith, thank you so much, Faith. Aloha. I actually said aloha to her this morning. Trying to be cool. She is an award-winning composer, singer. Okay, you're 100 things that I want to be. I'm okay, but she is 100 things that I want to be. Please, please welcome up Faith Rivera.
Do you hate this or do you like this?
I love the fan. Okay. I would be a fangirl too. Oh my God, I'm really not funny, so that was good. Oh my God. So Patty, and to everyone, we are those 100,000 million things that the divine is expressing through us. And I wrote this song early on in my career. In fact, I'll tell you how this song came about. Do you know the story? You do? Okay. I was taking a meditation class at Agape with Reverend Michael, and I had I was very new to New Thought, and I had an audition with Ricky Byers, who, was music director and arts director there, and I was so excited, and I sang, and she said, "Wow, Faith, you really got it. You really got everything. You can sing, you can write, you can do this." She goes, "You're slick." Ouch. But I don't know if it was my ego or what. I don't know. This song came about during that time. I don't know if I was trying to prove her wrong or just letting Spirit say something else. And it ultimately was the song. It was my final project for the meditation class, and the first song I would sing at Agape. So there you go. Spirit works. I'm telling you. You just gotta let it. So this is guidance. Where I am, God is. Where I stand, God standing strong.
sing. God is where I dance. Joy lifts my feet. Where I live, beauty's flowing free. In and out and through me. Ask me for where I doubt. God is the faith in me. Where I cry, God is the comfort there. Where I seek, God is the answer. Here and now, forever and ever and ever. Where I speak truth is. Where I work, love is my career. Where I play, God is playing boldly. In and out and through me. It's me. Oh, oh. Do-do-do. Oh, hey, yeah. Where I am, where I stand, yes, where I play, where I work and breathe and move and be, where I sing, where I dance, my dance, wherever I go, where I pray and take and give and live. God is, joy is, love is, yes, God
Whew. Fear and faith are opposite, what am I trying to say? Two sides of the same coin. I'm so excited that she's here. I can barely stand it. I really can barely stand it. Fear and faith. So fear on one side of the coin, and beauty and peace and love and talent and inspiration and joy is on the other side. It's just a breath away. It's just a breath away. And it doesn't always feel that way, does it? How many in here would consider themselves as being in grief to some degree? Raise your hand. Don't be afraid. I'll raise my hand. Grief. We'll talk a little bit more. Maybe you'll change your mind in a minute. I want to start off here with, I am one thought away from my joy. Can you repeat that? I am one thought away from my joy. Turn to your neighbor and say, I am one thought away from my joy. Isn't that the truth? It's the truth. No matter where we are one thought away. If we rise up and raise our consciousness to that which is the truth of who we are truly one thought away from our joy. Isn't that refreshing? Yes. Yeah. I'm gonna start off by talking about some songs that some of us know pretty well. Good Morning Heartache. Here we go again. Good morning, heartache. You're the one who knows me well. Might as well get used to you hanging around. Good morning, heartache. Sit down. You all know who sang that song, who wrote that song? Billie Holiday. Yeah. Here's another one. Remember when you first found love, how you felt so good? Kind that lasts forever, more so you thought that it would. Suddenly the things you see got you hurt so bad. How comes the things that make us happy make us sad? Well, it seems to me that joy and pain are like sunshine and rain. Joy and pain are like sunshine and rain. Love can be bitter, love can be sweet, sometimes devotion and sometimes deceit. The ones that you care for give you so much pain. Oh, but it's all right there, both one and the same. Don't it seem we go through life going up and down? Seems the things that turn you on turn you around. Always hurting each other. If it ain't one thing, it's another. But when the world is down on you, love somewhere around. Well, it seems to me that joy and pain are like sunshine and rain. There will be sorrow, but you will endure. Where there's a flower, there's the sun and the rain. Oh, and it's wonderful, they're both one and the same. Joy and pain are like sunshine and rain. Who knows who sang that song? Frankie Beverly. He was the singer. I think Mays wrote it. Mays wrote it. And it was popularized again by Rob Bass. You guys know who Rob Bass is?
I'm singing it while you're talking about it.
Pump it up.
Here we go.
The depth of our grief is a reminder of the depth of our love. Whew. Or Emma Curtis Hopkins says, there is no sin, sickness, or death. But there is a physical loss that we feel when someone transitions. I'm not just talking about grief as far as love relationships. There's lots of stuff. I think that we're all in some sort of grief mode. And I know many of us have gone through several things that, and maybe we don't even know we're grieving. Or maybe we should be grieving. A friend, a family member, a partner, or a pet that you might have lost. Anybody gone through that in the last few weeks? A marriage, friendship, or another form of kinship that has been lost. Anybody? Your home, neighborhood, or community that you had to move from or whatever. Your job or career is transitioned. Financial stability. Anybody feel like there's a little bit of difference in your pocketbook or your bank account? A dream or a goal that escaped you? Good health? Everybody should raise your hand. I see you. Your youth. Your youth. There's nothing to be embarrassed about it. It is one of the most powerful emotions that we have, and we can embrace that. Because, again, joy is one thought away. It's a natural response to loss. We all should be grieving. In the last 3 years, how much have we lost? Life will never be back. It will never be as it was prior to the pandemic. Would you agree? Yes. It's just the truth. And it's okay. There's more good. There's more life. There's more fulfillment. It is all good, and yet still it is okay to grieve that which once came before. We miss the comfort of it. Even if it wasn't comfortable and it was just uncomfortable, we allow ourselves to move forward knowing that God is good and God is good all the time. And so therefore we move forward in faith, knowing that there's more good than there ever once was before.
Huzzah.
Is that like a snap? Yeah. Grief is not good or bad. It's not right or wrong. It doesn't make us imperfect just because we're religious science or new thought. It does not make us imperfect. What makes us imperfect is not allowing ourselves to allow emotions to come through. The truth is, sitting here today, we all have not just experienced personal loss, but collective loss. And the energy in the collective loss is sometimes stifling. Just like the humidity was the other day. Major events like wars, or there are wars going on, there are always wars going on. Natural disasters, school shootings, and pandemics. All of those things are amongst us, and amongst us seemingly more now than they ever have been. And yet I'm standing here in joy and in faith, knowing that my joy is one thought away. Knowing that when I walk through these doors, that your bright, shining, smiling faces, your kisses, your hugs, your love, moves me to that which is the truth of my being. It flips me around to that other side of the coin, which is the truth always. It is never, you can never change that. It is eternal and immortal, and it is my good. And I choose that over everything else. Anybody with me? Yeah. There are no right ways to grieve necessarily. There are some that probably are not the best for you, however. Isolation, probably not the best. I know sometimes we want to seclude ourselves from everybody else. Oh, I don't want to bring everybody else down. I don't want to interfere. The room is so energetic. Bring your best self always to the party. And your best self sometimes is just, I'm here. But if you stay there amongst friends and family, watch you rise up into something new. Watch spirit rise within you and give you a different thought of your own joy. The most important thing to do, as Billie Holiday, is when you're grieving, is to just let it be with you. I remember having a very close family member who lost a child. And I was really, really young. And in her grief, she chose busyness. Anybody know that? Distraction. I'm moving from here to here, and I got this to do and this to do, and so I'm good. It's all good, because God's good. And you can make that work to some degree if you allow yourself on the downtime to process that. If you do not, guess what happens when the next event that triggers grief comes around? You get hit even harder, don't you? Even harder. So please allow yourself to process that which is going on. There's no getting around it. You can't go in, you can't go over it. You can't go around it. You gotta go through it. The good news is that we love. The good news about grief, the other side of the coin, is that we love. That love never goes away. It's eternal, it's immortal, just like spirit is, just like each of us is. And that's where we have to remember. That's where you need that, okay, one thought, love. I remember the love of the house. I remember the love of the car. I remember the love of the community. I remember the love of the child. I remember the love of the full house. It's always right here. It's a long journey from here to here sometimes. Be with grief. Don't sidestep it. Don't gloss over it. Don't spiritual bypass it. Thank you, Lauren. Recognize it for what it is. Recognize it. It's a remembrance of love. It's a remembrance of that which was and that served you well at the time. And let that be good. Allow yourself to be in that space. Pema Chodron says this: things falling apart is a kind of testing and always a kind of healing. We think that the point is to pass the test or to overcome the problem. But the truth is that things don't really get solved. They come together and they fall apart. Then they come together again and fall apart again. It's just like that. The healing comes from letting there be room for all that has to happen. Room for grief, for relief, for misery, for joy. How do we balance? The talk title is Balancing Grief and Joy. How do we balance it? Like I said, Dr. Ernest Holmes says fear and faith are two sides of the same coin, or but two sides of the same coin. It's also the truth of pain and pleasure. He also says right thinking brings new conditions. Now sometimes that feels a little cold if you're talking to somebody that is experiencing grief. Well, just think right. Just get your thinking cap straight and you'll be all right. Please don't tell anybody that. Please don't. Have a little more compassion than that. I don't think you want to be told that when you're going through something, so please don't do that. It is not helpful whatsoever. But I think what he meant, Dr. Holmes said, what he said, and right thinking brings new conditions, is, and if you're a believer in New Thought, which I think most of us here are, you realize that there's power in your thoughts and feelings. We know that, right? We teach that, I think. On a good day, we teach that. And even though we have power over our thoughts, sometimes turning the coin over in that brief moment, you feel your joy and you have that sense of joy, but it's fleeting. Anybody been there? Anybody been there? Yes. Yeah. And it's okay. You know, that journey from the head to the heart, they say, it's just a few feet, but sometimes it can be very difficult to maintain that level of energy and enthusiasm and realization that there is just one power, one presence, one life that is perfect all the time, that is not a griever. And if there is something that, or an essence and a source of that which is, that has any reason that created each of us, if there is a thing such as grief and spirit, the divine, infinite intelligence isn't grieving right now with what is going on in humanity, then, and we're created in the image and likeness, then I don't think that we have to grieve to the degree that we do. Now, we're not spirit. We are one with spirit. So our humanness allows us, or dictates that, the emotion of grief that's necessary for us. But we get to do it any way we want to do it, don't we? Just like everything else. We get to do it any way we want to. So balancing that natural balancing act, is what is called to be. That wasn't on purpose. Those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, you might shortly. You know, it doesn't mean that you won't ever go through anything again that brings you grief just because you grieved once. It was a big one this time. And so I'm grieving, so I won't ever have to do this again. I don't know. I've only been here on this plane 57 years, and I don't think that that's the experience, but maybe it's true. But I do know that there's power in allowing yourself to move through it. It's empowering, isn't it? It's like, I got through this, and Spirit was with me 1,000%. We had an opportunity to connect the Ministry of Prayer team because our beloved Rob Ward is the newest member of our Ministry of Prayer team. And Lauren Ballardini and her husband Joe were nice enough to host the event with all of us for LVCSL practitioners and ministers and their spouses. We're one rowdy group, and thank you, Lauren, for just a lovely, lovely evening. There's power, and I would say probably each of us on some level was grieving about something. Is that not the truth? I won't call you all out. I won't talk about what that is. Most. Certainly in the collective, we all are. But most of us are grieving some kind of loss. We had a blast. Because we talked, we laughed, we drank, we talked, we laughed. We sat in the hot tub. Gotta get in the hot tub. James Brown, sorry. And we just loved up on one another, right? That connection with human beings, human souls, those that understand what each is going through to some degree, maybe not completely. That ability to connect is what helps us move, allows us to move through to the next greater yet to be. Yes? There's a quote by Marcus Tullius Cicero, a Roman philosopher. Friendship improves happiness and abates misery by doubling our joys and dividing our griefs. We've got people going through some tough stuff. They were there. They were there. And they're here. You know, sometimes connection with friends, maybe it's not possible. Maybe the people that you feel closest to aren't around. I say, wherever you are, you're always welcome here. We will love you up. But there's other ways in which we also are able to connect, right? Sometimes you could turn on the Right and Perfect TV show, which we believe in law of attraction, it always happens, and you'll allow yourself to watch that and decide, you release tears? And that happened to anybody? Right? Watch Ted Lasso? Just release the joy and the sorrow and all of that stuff that's going on that builds up in us. And we don't feel like we can let it out because we look weak. Because we're womanly women and manly men. And we're new thoughters. And so we have to be, God is good. I'm good. It's all good. Don't do yourself a disservice. You are too important. You're one of the Spirit's beloveds, and the beloved loves you, and so do I. So does Reverend Cheryl, so does this ministry of prayer team. Allow yourself to be all that you are by moving through the grief, learning to balance that which is giving, bringing about the grief with the joy of life, because there's always something to smile about. There's the next song that Faith is singing, or Patty, or the musical notes that Dave plays. Allow yourself to read the full sheet of music. Thank you, Lord. Because there's good in all of it. And there's joy in all of it. Thank you for being here today. I know that Faith Rivera is such a blessing to all who hear her voice and feel her spirit. Today is a good, very good day. I love and appreciate every single one of you. And so it is.
Thank you, Rev Stacy. Today, you know, when I saw the top title, can I be completely honest? Because I was like, "Ooh, party! I'm gonna get to celebrate." And I'm like, "Oh, the title is grief." That was my first reaction, you know, and
Mine too.
and then it's powerful because I'll share with you that this grief that I didn't even know I had about all these pets I lost opened the doorway for me to actually want to be a mom, which I was like, I'm never gonna be a mom. No. There was grief there in that resistance. And so I'm appreciating grief on a whole new level. So who said it? Huzzah! I don't even know what that means, but that's how I felt. So this song is called to be, and it's really just listening in as Rev Stacy has invited us. I think the call can come through grief and it can come through humor, but I think I put the grief, in some other category until today, and I'm able to really honor that. So however it's calling you, whether it's grief or, shiny excitement, this is a call to whatever is, peeking at you next. Poking, peeking, you know what I mean. Dave, you know what I mean. Yeah. Okay, here we go, call to be. I am called to be a healer for all humanity. I am called to be a dreamer, believe in what can be. I am called to be a maker, be an instrument of peace. I am called to be a giver of abundance I receive. I am called to be a prayer, living out the truth I seek. I am called to be everything. I am called to be. Called to be the glory here on earth so all might see. All the love and all the beauty that shines in you and me. I am the living, breathing God, and you are one in me. We're called to be. Oh, you are called to be a mother, to nurture family. You are called to be a brother, be strength in times of need. You are called to be a neighbor, see a friend in all you make. You are called to be a leader, to build community. You are called to be a prayer, living out the truth you see. You are called to be everything. You are called to be. Called to be the glory here on earth so all might see. All the love and all the beauty that shines in you and me. You are the living, breathing God, and you are one in me. We're called to be. Oh, we are called to be the kindness, set the brokenhearted free. We are called to be forgiveness, where pain has run too deep. We are called to be compassion, be the wind beneath each wing. We are called to make communion, only then can we succeed. We are called to be a prayer, living out the truth we see. We are called to be everything. We are called, oh, to be.
so much.
This is our time of giving and receiving. I'd like to ask the ushers to please come forward, whoever they may be at this time. Oh my goodness. We have a couple on vacation. They have a lot of nerve. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you all for being here. Thank you. If you would please say our affirmation on the screen with us as you hold your gift in your hand. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and belief. It does good work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly. And what I know of this gift is that it is given in complete joy. It is given freely from each and every heart here. And I'm just grateful for each and every one of you and for each and every gift and time. And so it is. So it is.
Sorry. I actually told Dave it was something else. Sorry. Here we go.
I do believe, you know it, I will receive, yes. I just have to know and then declare it to be so with an open mind and just a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, then it will be mine. You know it will. Come on now. I do believe that I will receive. I just have to know and then declare it to be so with an open mind and just a little bit of time. Yeah, if it serves my highest good, then it is mine. Anything I want, it is mine. Perfect health, it is mine. Joy and peace, it is mine. Oh, love, 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 it is mine. If it serves my highest good, yes, then it is mine.
Claiming that.
Okay, well, we have one more chance today to hear Rivera, and that's at 6:30 tonight for her concert. If you haven't gotten your tickets, you can get them now for $35 or they're $40 at the door. And after her concert, we are going to have a raffle. And all the products and things that are out there on the table that are for raffle, there's wine, all kinds of different things out there. And you can buy your tickets, one for $1 or 25 for $20. And you don't have to be present because we're going to be doing this after her concert. So if you need to buy them now for some reason, unknown reason beyond me, why you're not going to be here, then you need to buy your tickets today. We're going to before right now. Otherwise, buy them anytime today. And you'll get them tonight. We are finally our tamales are here. So we get to pick up our tamales today. Tamales, yay! And then this coming Wednesday, we have our Heart of Peace meditation. If you can join us in person, that is always the best way at 6 p.m. or to be with our practitioner Aldo and Karen Jones, who does the singing bowls. It is just such a beautiful experience. And we're connecting with thousands of people all over the world that do it that very night at the same time. Then we have, if you would like to help support the center by buying a tag for the back of the chair there, because we have them for $100 a tag, and you can tag yourself, you can tag, a loved one, you can tag a furry pet, anything you like. Anything you want to put on the back of that tag is fine with us. Well, maybe not anything. I guess I should have qualified that a little better than I did. Okay, let's stick to what I just said. All right, so we have our joyful ambassador of fun who's coming up to tell us about bowling night.
Good morning.
Morning.
much fun bowling every time we go. We're doing it again.
Yes.
This month on the 27th at 4:30 p.m. at the Suncoast. There's two options if you want to join us. If you want to bowl with us and have pizza, shoe rental, soda, it's $25 for your ticket. And if you are like, I don't really want to bowl because that's not my thing, but I want to be there and have all the fun with you, then it's $15 and that includes food and drink as well. You could also sponsor any of the bowlers as well if you would like to join in that way. For the first game score, you could pledge 5 cents, 10 cents, $1 or more per point for the first game. So if you're interested in bowling, start signing up now and get your ticket now so we can start getting pledges in. If you have questions, let us know. We'll be happy to help. Hope to see you the 27th.
Thanks, Amy.
Sounds like fun.
That's at 4:30, we're gathering and we start bowling at 5. Okay. Our Love Supply freezer is getting so full. I love this. Julia's brought in a truckload of food for the pantry. You can't imagine. I mean, shelves of food. And so if you know anyone that's food insecure, please, please, please have them come and get what they need from our pantry or our freezer. And when you go shopping, go ahead and we can always use more freezer food. Okay, and for prayer support, just send your prayer request to prayer@LasVegasCSL.org or text 702-524-7096. And be sure to stop at our bookstore to get all the gifts and ideas and things that you want to get there. Plus the tickets for the raffle are going to be sold there too, as well as the tickets for Faith's concert tonight. And then follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and visit our website at www.lvcsl.org. And that's all I have for now.
Thanks, Kitty. And don't forget about Faith's beautiful table in the back.
Yes.
She has got a table of good deeds. Excellent music.
Yes, we will not forget about that. I would like to ask our ministry of prayer team to please surround the room. Any visiting ministers or practitioners are welcome to come up here with us. Absolutely. Thank you, thank you. All right. Just around the room, because, it just feels good. We're making sure you get the feeling of the whole thing. Yes. Awesome. Dr. Katie's here. Yes. Gary's here. Robert's here.
Robert.
It's so exciting. Robert is here. All right, I'm going to ask Reverend Stacy to please give us a closing prayer.
So if it's comfortable for you, please close or lower your eyes and just take a deep breath in. And I just relax in that breath, knowing that which breathes me is even closer than that. I allow myself to turn away from that which is feeling like pain, feeling like heaviness, feeling like that which I don't want to feel right on this beautiful, beautiful day, knowing that my one thought away is my joy. The one thought away is my peace. The one thought away is love. And so I just allow that to be the truth for this beautiful, beautiful day. I allow for each and every person that sees me to just enjoy that feeling of peace and joy and love. I presence that this beautiful, beautiful day. And if I do feel that I am willing to go down that road of grief, I just allow myself to sit with it, knowing that spirit is all there is, knowing that that which is spirit always is truth, love, peace, power, joy, and possibility. With that, I just say thank you, thank you, thank you for this beautiful day. I release, I let go, and I let it be. And together we say, and so it is.
And if for whatever reason, don't leave here with a heavy heart. All these folks you see standing around the room are willing and able to pray with or for you, as is a prayer for themselves. We also have a pocket, what we call God's pocket. You can leave a prayer request in. And I would ask the guests to please sign our guest book. Thank you so much. Well, let's stand and sing our peace song.
Yes.
Yes. There is peace on earth.
your dance out instead of your walkout. Alright. And guys, you are my only performance on the mainland. Please take CDs. You can just put whatever you want or not, but I want you to have it. Here's the entrance. Oh my god, I don't know where it is. I don't know where I am. I'm sorry. My hubby and my family will be back there. I'm sorry, can you rewind it? Oh, there's a video. Cool. Oh, baby. Okay, promise I'll sing it now. Okay, it's gonna come soon. Thank you guys. You guys are so fun. Okay, I'm gonna find it. I love your tamales and bowling. Here we go. This little light